Well, hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. I thank you for stopping by. I'm Cheryl Abernathy, and I'm the owner of Elegant Sentiments, and I'm also an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today, I'm happy to share our weekly greeting card share number 11. Woohoo! 11 weeks now. So I thank you so much for stopping by. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you for watching it. I hope that you enjoy our card. Normally, what I would do at this point is walk through a PowerPoint to share things that are going on at Stampin' Up! Right now. But I've decided it's really redundant because I have all that information on my blog. So if you are interested in knowing what's happening at Stampin' Up! At any given time, stop by my blog, elegantsentiments.com. You'll find all the weekly specials. You'll find the monthly specials. You'll find my host code so that you can shop there. So I can just dedicate this time to sharing cards. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so today we are going to be working with our ink and tile bundle. This is a punch bundle. So you have this beautiful stamp set here with the lovely cards and the mixed font greeting sentiments there. I really like that. And then it comes with two punches, the little crosses and the, I don't know, I guess the double squares there. So that's the punch bundle that we're working with today. And we've got the basics 3D embossing folder. This comes as a set of 3 embossing folders, and this is the pattern that we'll be using for tonight's card. And then we are using this small circle from the Stylish Shapes die set. So those are the primary things. And then we'll be using some embellishments. These are the 2022 to 2024 in color pearls. So we'll be using those on our project as well. And here is the project. So as you can see, we've got some die cuts and stamps there. And you can see the texture, the pretty texture on that card. And on the inside, we've done what we typically do. We'll print our sentiment, and then we do a little stamping to coordinate with that. And on our envelope, we've done some stamping in the corner and some embossing on the flat. So that's our project for today, as usual. I have things already set up and done for us. The envelope is already done. I used 3 colors for today's card. I used Night of Navy, Boho Blue, and Petal Pink. So that's our color combination for today. And I got those colors. I didn't come up with that combination on my own. I actually saw a blouse that had those colors, and I thought, oh, that's so pretty. And so I said, you know what? I can use those colors for a card. You can find color inspiration anywhere. So I've gone ahead. This is an A2 card base that we've got already prepped for us. I've got 1 piece of Petal Pink cardstock, and this is cut 5 1/4. Or yeah, no, 5 1/8. No, I can get it right. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then this piece is, I don't know, I forgot what this is. Yeah, this is 3 3/4 by 5. And then this is 1/8 smaller than that. Let's see what we got here. This one is 3 1/4 by 5, and this one is 3. The Night of Navy is 3 5/8 by 5 1/8. So that's what those measurements are for this card. So we will go ahead. Oh, and then I went ahead. I stamped 3 of these flowers. Let me show you the actual stamp that I used. I used this stamp, and I stamped it in basic white scrap. one of each color. I used Petal Pink, Night of Navy, and Boho Blue, and I used this stamp to punch that out. And when you do that, this is what you get. That's what that shape looks like. So there's that. And then I stamped the sentiment on a scrap of white, basic white, and I stamped the sentiment in Night of Navy. And then here's the Boho Blue, and here's the Night of Navy. And then I took scraps of these colors, I ran them through the embossing folder, and then I punched each of the three colors. So we've got some texture on these little pieces here. So that's how I did the pieces that we're going to be using to make today's card. So let's just get busy putting things together. Let me grab my tape here. I need a tape runner that's got some tape on it. Here we go. Okay, so we will start with our panels. And this is the panel that I embossed with the 3D embossing folder. Let me get this so you can see what I'm doing here. And there we go. Oops. Runaway card. And put that down. Like that. And then we'll use our bone folder to make sure we've got good adhesion all around, smooth out those edges. And then we'll put this onto the Petal Pink panel. And I hope you all are having a good week. It's been a really busy week for me this week, and I guess that's a good thing. Better busy than boring. It certainly hasn't been a boring week. Okay. And so we will, you know what? Let me double check this measurement because I want to make sure. Yep, I was right. It's too long. Let me chop. I'm going to cut this off just a little bit. Give me a second here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was just a wee bit too long. So we want our sides to be as even as possible. Oops. There we go. Well, this just doesn't want to go down evenly. Okay, well, there we go. I probably would have done well today to use some glue instead of tape runner to make it easier on myself, because glue is a lot more forgiving than that tape is, I'll tell you. So we'll go ahead and then put the panels onto the card front. And I will usually put all of the card together, but I'm living dangerously today, and I'm going to go ahead and put this all on the card front and see how we make out. Okay, so we've got that there. Okay. So far so good. And then what we'll do is alternate between these pieces. So we're going to use these pieces together, the Night of Navy with the Night of Navy, and the Petal Pink with the Petal Pink, and the Boho Blue with the Boho Blue. So that's the plan. We'll see how it works out in the end. Some of the time, you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men. Oh, I got a couple people watching. Hello there. Let's see who's watching. Give me a second. Find my mouse. Okay, I've got two screens going here. There we go. Well, hello. How are you? If you can tell me where you're watching from, that would be great. I'm happy you're here joining me today. Okay, let's see. So we'll put this down and just give a teeny little space at the top, and you really are just wanting to make sure that it's straight, because if this piece starts out wonked, then the whole lineup is going to be wonked because they connect together. So we've got the Night of Navy piece in there, and then we'll add the Night of Navy stamp. We'll just push that right up against it, into that hole, and you just want to make sure that your lines are going straight. Your pieces are going straight, because they do want to move around on you. And then we'll go with the petal pink piece. And you can do it with the deboss side or the emboss side, because they're both equally pretty, but I put the emboss side up. Move that up so you can see. And I'm staying relatively straight. And then we want to go with the petal pink square. That's a double square, I guess. And get that up and straight. And then we'll go with the boho blue. And put that on the middle of the Night of Navy square. And then this one, you want to, again, make sure that that's straight, because it will not look right if you get it crooked. But it's really easy to do, because these pieces just fit into each other. And you can see I stamped with scraps, which is just fine, because no one will ever know. And we put that down like that. And so that's the basic design of the card. Next, we're going to, now this is the part that is the simplest of it all. And it actually is my greatest challenge, trying to get this ribbon. And it's the simplest loop. I can tie a bow without a problem, but trying to get this loop to look right on the back of a little teeny sentiment. I played around with this thing for the longest, trying to get the loop so that it looked right. And here we are again. I guess I finally figured out, I think that if I make it a little bit wider, it works out a little bit better. So I'm going to put a glue dot on there when I get it where I want it. Stick a glue dot on there before it gets a chance to, uh-oh. All right, so put that right about there. So there we go. And then after I have that part looped, then I will go ahead and put a couple of dimensionals on the back of my sentiment. There it is. I lose more stuff just sitting in one spot than should be ever allowed. It's hilarious watching me. I need a camera going sometimes, because it would make a really funny video watching myself in this craft room and the things that I do. So I will, after I get these dimensionals on there. I'll stick, let's see how I want this. I want it turned just a little bit. So there we go. And then I'm going to need another dimensional back there because there's the ribbon sucking up quite a bit of it. So I'll just put another one there. And then I'll put it where I wanted to go on my card. And the only thing you really have to worry about is just making sure, regardless of how the ribbon is going, you want your sentiment to be straight. So we'll just stick that down. Is that straight? What? Not yet. There it went. It's hard to look at the words and ignore the ribbon, but there you go. So you get it straight, and then you can trim it off. Put some little angles on your ribbon, and that angle's fine. And that takes care of the front, with the exception of, let me move some of this mess out of the way. We need to add our embellishments. I used the 2022 to 2024 in color pearls. These aren't really the colors in the card, aren't really the 2024 in colors. But what I found was that this color here was a really nice mixture of both of, if you kind of look at the blues, and it has a little pinkish cast to it. So I think it worked really well with this card. There we go. Let's see, where do I put, let's put that one there. Okay, so that's our front. And then for our inside, I'll show you that again. I just printed my sentiment. I tried to find a font that sort of matched. So I got a straight one with no serifs on it, sans serif. And then I just stamped 3 flowers across the top after it came out of my printer. And I like that you can match up your colors if you know the color codes. And there we go. Okay. And stick it down in there. And this piece, oops. Okay. Because I used a full piece for this. There. Some of the time I'll cut it down to 4 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4, but I did not on this one because I wanted to get all of those flowers across the top. So, and then when you do that, you just need to do a little extra burnishing to make sure that it works out. So that is today's project. It's really simple to make, and I hope that you enjoyed making it or watching me make it, and I hope that you'll make it. And if you do, please come back and share. You can share it either in the comments here, or you can share it on my my Facebook page or on my blog. Any place is great. I always like hearing from you. So that's all that I have for today. I thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the card. And M.A. Haley 77, I'm not sure who you are, but I thank you so much for stopping by as well. And I think the other person is probably my mom. And I thank you, Mom, for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful week. Live graciously. And I will be back next week with card number 12. And I hope you will too. So have a wonderful week. Bye now.